Well, a case of long time no see, really, for me on Blair White's blog recently, as I haven't really just gotten into the flat action this summer and haven't been able to give you probably the tips I wanted to, or to be honest, sometimes in flat racing it's better off not taking my tips. But I've decided, because of the Leopardstown Thursday meetings each Thursday evening, I'm going to do a bit of a Thursday tipping kind of episode each week, kind of covering those cards, and hopefully you guys can benefit a little bit for them, just to get me back in the groove as we head more towards the climax of the flat season and then obviously into the jump racing season. Now obviously today, the 26th of July, it's quite a good card at Leopardstown. 2 Group 3 races for the 2-year-olds and then a mile 6 listed race for the 3-year-olds. So it should be pretty good, but we're just going to whack through all 7 races. And starting off with the Claimer over 7 furlongs. Cedars of Lebanon is the favourite here at 6-4, having won last time out at Bellewstown over a mile. However, I'm going to side with Joseph O'Brien here, as it's, I think, exactly the right time to be siding with Joseph and Donegal O'Brien. They're in absolutely fantastic form. And Vagar comes here after a third in a maiden last week at Leopardstown over 6 furlongs, staying on all the time behind a Tom Mullins newcomer, Miamento. Vagar looked like he needed to step back up to 7 furlongs, and at 15-8 I think he's the more attractive option at the prices. In the 6 o'clock, there seems to be a bit of a plunge going on here for the Anthony Mullins trained Howling Ridge, who finished 3rd at the Curran debut. But again, I'm going to oppose the favourite here and go for Crockford for Joseph O'Brien and Donegal. His 3rd at Gorn was a good start, and just these O'Brien horses, whether Satan or Joseph O'Brien, do seem to improve massively for their first run. Then the 2-year-old races. I'm not going to lie, I don't think there's much. There's not much really to go through, to be honest. I think Goddess could be an absolutely superb filly. Was very desperately unlucky on debut before absolutely hacking up in a maiden here. 1-2, that's no working man's price. But if you've got the money, I'd lob on. I think Goddess is an absolute certainty here. And an each way play, it's now down to 6 runners, which is absolutely terrible because Chicago May's come out. But Valambros at 16-1, maybe not as a one to watch rather than maybe an each way play, as it is just the 2 that are going to be placed. Similar story in the Taira Stakes here. Anthony Van Dyke seems to be the one at 1-2. I'm not tipping world beater. Well, I am tipping world beaters, hopefully, but not at world beater prices. There's nothing there each way that would interest me. In the mile Keywest Handicap, Rinka Derenock at 7-2 looks the one for me. Formerly Jim Bulger trained, now with Johnny Lamb. Kevin Manning still on board, should go close. I'd keep an eye out on Phoenix Lightning at 8-1 for Ross O'Sullivan, looks to be approaching a winning mark. The Vinnie Rose Stakes over a mile 6, this one I'm going to go for the King, this well-bred son of Master Craftsman for Jessica Harrington, has been running well in big handicaps and perhaps needs this big step up in trip. I'd have a look out for Knight of Power at 12-1, an improving handicapper for the John Ox stable that can seemingly do no wrong. He's at around 12-1. And in the concluding mile 7 Merica Cup handicap, I think 8-8 at 11-2 here. He could be not a bad shout for Francis Casey. Oisin Orr taking off the 5. An experienced handicapper over jumps, looks to finally kind of be getting to perhaps a winning mark on the flat. And just as a rank outsider, I think Jin Bama at 18-1 could go closer than that price suggests, with Colin Keane booked for the first time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Thursday Tips at Leopardstown. Usually they're good cards on the Thursday night, and it's a way of me just getting back into the swing of making videos and obviously giving you tips. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel down below, because there will be obviously more content coming come the end of the flat season and into the jump season. And as always, happy punting.